Hello everybody and welcome back to another FTB Infinity Expert Skyblock video. Oh man, so many good things have just been happening, just over and over again. Amazing and beautiful things. We have, let's just double check over here. This guy is holding strong, the firewater, and we do have both augmentations in there. So these guys are producing up to 320 RF per tick. So that is, 640, that's 1280 RF per tick. That's pretty good. Our wood is going down slightly, so we'll have to address that right away, probably next episode. But in the meantime, we have a few other things to deal with first. And one of those things is down in the basement. So let's zoom on down and take a look. So I just basically replaced this not too long ago, and we are using it to power our mass fab right here. We have 36 millibuckets of UU matter. That's not that bad, actually. It seems like a very small amount, but it's not that bad. We are getting close to the amount that you need for an iridium, for example. Over here, we are doing still quite well on redstone and blaze powder. We're basically going through, it appears to be like a stack every little bit, but we're going to press this a little bit more and see what it really happens. So I've prepared a few things, and because you guys have seen a lot of this stuff already, we're just gonna blitz through it pretty darn quickly. So liquid fueled fireboxes into the high pressure boiler tanks, and let's see, okay, that's for later. All right, so we are going to set up another firewater boiler tank right over here because, well, why not try it? Let's give this a try and see what happens. So there's our tank, or our fireboxes, I should say. And here is our boiler itself. Good. Let's get out our builder's wand. And yeah, so I want to do a little bit of a test for the most part. Boom, done. All right. And we should be getting both water. Water's going in. Good. That is good. And we should be getting fire water as well. Yeah, there it went. It just kicked on. So we have fire water, we have some water, and it's going to start to build up. Now, I want to try and see how much fire water we end up using now that we've really kind of just, we've improved, or we've added another boiler. So in the meantime, I should get more of this as well. But what we want to make is, I want to see if we can use this guy right here to power our mass fab area along with the reactor. We'll still use the reactor, obviously, but just add a little bit more power to it. So let's see about making something from Railcraft to do that. Now, lots of people have recommended I try this and do this on the episodes and videos and down in comments and Twitch chat and everything. So let's give it a try. I do know that it will... Oh, sulfur. That's why. I do know that it will work. That's not the concern here. But I'm a little concerned about how much and how well it will work. What we're going to be doing is a steam turbine housing. Now, what this guy does is it will generate EU electricity, which I believe it's about 200 EU per tick. So, double that of the reactor down there. So let's give that a try first and foremost. So we need 8... I believe I've counted this out correctly. I believe. So we need those. Yeah, I have. Good. And we need some steel plates. Good. Just 8 of them will do quite nicely. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So this will give us our steam turbine housing by itself. And it does give us 3, so we only need to make 2 sets of these. And this guy is the same size as the rock crusher over here, for example. So we're going to build it basically the exact same as that. Now, the thing that we need to do is, if you look here, it says it requires a turbine rotor. So we need to make this guy a turbine rotor. Pretty straightforward, right? this guy requires some turbine discs, 3 of them to be exact, and each one of those requires another block of steel. So this is quite steel intensive, but steel is pretty easy for us to make. It's just coal and iron. Pretty easy to make right now. And it requires these turbine blades, which each one of those is just more steel. Funny how that works, right? I did expect to have more than what I do, so we'll need to finish that up, but let's get at least the first 2 here, and we can get prepared for the next one. So there's our turbine discs. Come here, steel. Thank you. Refined iron works just fine, by the way. Okay, and boom, 2 more. Excellent. All right, good. That'll give us our 3 turbine discs. Very good. And that will give us our turbine rotor. Awesome. Now, I'm going to just do some MV because it's not generating that much. Well, actually, if it's generating 200, that's 800 RF per tick because it's times 4. So that's the thing. Now, we do need to wait for this thing to heat up. That is for sure something that we have to wait on. So I think what we'll do, yeah, we're still not even draining our firewater. Firewater is OP, and I really want to test out the generators from Ender.io. I have a feeling that they're going to be pretty decent as well, the combustion generators. They're not overly expensive. Maybe we'll dabble in that and see what those produce today as well. But what I think I'm going to do is we're just going to tie in this turbine directly against here, just like so. Let's see. Can we put it here, I guess? Wait, did I mess that up? Do I need more? I think I need more, don't I? It's a 3x2x2. I need more. I need more steel. I did not count correctly at all. All right, steam or turbine. Let's see. Yeah, 3x2x2. Yeah, we need more. We need 2 more sets of those. So I'm going to get that ready. Hopefully this will heat up by then as well, and then we can start working this thing. A little bit of acrylic derp there, nothing too crazy. Alright, so I've decided we need more steel, and we have a bit of downtime here at the moment, so let's actually upgrade our machines, because, well, we can. So let's get these guys going into gears. That'll give us enderium and signalum gears, which are quite nice. I'll need these for later, and that would be the first step. The next step is we need the hardened glass. I believe it's 8 of them. Good. And 8 silver, which is incredibly easy, might I add. And let's jump on over here. Let's just, you know what, let's just remove them. Boom. Yeah, we'll take all the stuff with it. It's fine. Alright, and we are going to upgrade these guys. So first upgrade, this guy's already hardened. So, oh, I need the gears. That would be helpful. Alright, let's grab both of those. Good. And let's upgrade our machines. So, again, just hitting U on that, boom, we can get the reinforced. Boom, you can hit U again, and there we go, resonant machine induction smelter. Very good. Same thing goes with the pulverizer here. We can get this guy all the way up to maximum speed, or maximum upgradability, I should say, not maximum speed, because we need to make the upgrades still for it. So there will be the pulverizer and the induction smelter back. And we can place those guys back in there as well. Okay, good. Along with you. Okay, beautiful. So these guys can accept more upgrades now. So let's get at least the next level. We're going to need 4 pyrotheum for that. And what else do we need again? I can never remember. I believe it's bronze for this guy right here. Yeah, it's bronze and 2 golden chipsets. So 8 bronze and 2 golden chipsets, which I should have a decent amount of, and I do. That's very good. Let's get these guys going. Now, I know I'm not working on the iridium thing at this point in time, but I am also, you know, doing it. I am kind of in the background. Okay, so that's quite a bit better. I'm interested to see our power. it should be just fine. But this guy is going to be using a decent amount. What are we using? 320. So one of those steam dynamos right there in power. That's good. That is very good. The next thing that I want to do is I want to move this sawmill, actually. That is something that I want to do. I want to put the sawmill up here instead, because it's just not working out exactly where it is. So we'll place that like that. Now remember, these pipes can carry up to 800, so we're good there. The other thing that I want to do is I just want to get another hopper and apply it on top of this guy, like so. And we can configure this to accept purple. So that'll be our iron input. So we'll do 2 stacks of you and 2, 3, and 4 stacks of coal. Throw them in there so that they can get queued up and ready to make a whole bunch more of refined iron. Good. Okay. Now we needed 8 more of the other stuff. We needed 8 more blocks, and we have 8 more blocks. Is that correct? I think I'm right in that. Turbine, 8 more. Yeah, 8 more of them. Okay, good. We can place these down, and we need a little bit more steel to get the steel plates, which we already have enough of. This is wonderful. 8, boom. And hurry up, rolling machine, go faster. Why can't I upgrade you? Alright, there we go. Now, this is going to give us all that we need for the steam turbine housing, which is good because it's going to be very, very useful. Alright, hopefully. But as you can see, there is a lot of steel involved in that production. Alright, so not for the faint of heart. Make sure you have at least a decent, setup going for your steel before you start diving into this. And boom, there we go. Steam turbine housing mission complete. Alright, so the next thing that we do is we basically put in the router, and then it'll start outputting. Now, I'm not sure if it has to be on a specific side or not, so I'm just going to do this. Really? Obstructed? Are we serious right now? Because of that thing? Alright, let's try over here. Huh? 2 can play that game. Alright, good. So that should be connected in, and that will go up there as well as over to our mass fabricator to speed that guy up a little bit as well. So that should always be pretty much empty. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Now, we're basically just waiting for our steam to get up. Now, I don't think this guy uses much steam, but once it's in place, we'll come back and we'll investigate exactly how we're doing. As you can see, we're in the most expensive part of this steam boiler, and our firewater is handling itself mightily. Very well. I'm wondering how many we can actually run off of a single vat now, because off a single vat with 2 hooch input, it is astronomically good. Almost too good. But don't tell T-Fox, alright? So, we're going to wait and we're going to see what we get once this guy gets some steam. And I also want to try the generator, the combustion generator from Ender.io. So let me get some of that stuff together. I already have the iron gears. I prepped those beforehand. And let's see what we can do. Alright, so we're back here, and just one of those things. It's a basic gear from Ender.io. It's not iron gears, even though they kind of look like iron gears, so keep that in mind. Make sure you're always reading. So this is our first combustion generator, and it's going to be fun to kind of test and see where we're at. Now, this guy should burn liquid fuel, and it requires water, so it's kind of similar to a steam boiler in a way. So let's get a few transfer nodes, and I know it generates RF. So what I want to do is we can tie into the firewater right here. The water is a little bit more difficult, though, because it's all the way over here. Now, I guess we could run it underneath, maybe? Like right down here, and then underneath. That is a possibility, I guess. but we're going to need a lot more transfer pipes. So let me run all of that, and then we'll see what this actually outputs. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's throw it down and see what we come up with. That's not going to work. That will work. So that's giving us the fire water. Good. And then we should start to get some coolant in here. We may need speed upgrades on it. Okay, good. Now it generates 8 RF per tick, and it's using up 5 millibuckets per. Is that right? So it's only generating 80. I was afraid of that. Okay. So it's not the greatest. It's really not the greatest. But you know what? We wanted to do it for science, so that's exactly what we did. I'm going to disable it, though, because I don't want to waste my fire water if we don't have to. One of the nice things is, as you can see, it's generating here, and it's really not using up much, if any, at all. Probably because we don't actually need it, is my guess, or very little of it. So I'm going to let that run, and we'll see kind of where that ends up. In the meantime, we should be generating some steam up here. So some steam should be starting to come through. Yeah, we're getting steam. So I think it should just connect automatically, and we should be good to go. I'm going to let it build up a little bit longer, I think. We might as well let the steam build up more and more and see where we're at from there. Fire water's still very strong. Very strong. I like it. Okay, so while we're waiting for the steam and all that to fire up, as you can see, I've gotten the esoteric, and we're working on those guys, getting those guys bred up. Now, the next step for the esoteric, if I'm not mistaken, is the arcane or mysterious. Yeah, so we combine it with an eldritch, as you can see here, and we can get a mysterious queen, which is quite nice. Or an okay, and then we need to combine it with the mysterious and an esoteric to get the arcane. Alright, so many different little things. Yeah, okay. Now this is all in a Mutatron, which we obviously cannot get because Gendustry is gated. But for the most part, we're doing pretty good that we have that now. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to get another cultivated princess over here. Just to get things going. But I'm going to worry about that off camera because that's going to involve making hives and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's cruise on back. Actually, let's put some stuff away here. We don't need these anymore. And we definitely do not need these spare bees. So we'll just throw them in our little disposal area, just like so. And let's go check on our stuff. By the way, my jetpack glitched out. No clue how, but it's no longer making any noise. Alright, so we are pretty much full on steam. 162. Let's see how this works. We are losing steam pretty darn quickly. Output at 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay, so it looks like we're outputting at full. Yeah, we are. So our mass fab should be going a little bit quicker. Yeah, a little bit. We're talking a little bit over here. It's going a bit quicker. Alright. I don't know if that was worth it. All that steel for that? I don't know. But our steam is dropping quite dramatically. Now, one of the other things you'll notice here is these turbine rotors do have a durability. So as long as this is running, we are losing durability on the turbine rotors. Now, I mean, it should last. I don't know how long it lasts. But it's a bit of a concern in that you always need to replace it. So I'm going to pull it out for now. The output's going to drop off, which is fine. And we're going to wait for this guy to heat up completely before I put it back in again. I don't want to be losing out on, valuable time and resources on our turbine if for some reason it stops working, right? I'm going to restock some of my stuff over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Restock some of our goodies. We should probably automate that as well. But I'm also thinking we could do a farm of these items to keep it stocked up as well. And then same with over here. I'll probably get some more sugar and whatnot right away and get that guy all restocked up as well. Alright, so we've ran into a bit of a capacity issue downstairs. I would love to get a little bit more of a backlog. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 more stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'd like to get all of these included so that we're not, you know, getting into too much trouble here. But let's first do something that we've never done before. And that is getting the iron chest upgrade. Now, to upgrade to an iron chest, you need to put it in the assembly table. Now, you can also just make the chest by itself, but where's the fun in that? Come on now. We're going to upgrade it. It doesn't take very long. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal, but this will be our first iron chest. Hype. And boom, you just right click on it, and all of a sudden, now we have so much more storage for so many more things. How awesome is that? Now we can have even more sugar and more apples just as a backlog for the hooch. And then this guy should be fine. I don't think it'll be much of a problem at all. One of the things that I wanted to point out, I actually have enough plutonium if I wanted to make another iridium ore. But I don't think that's a good idea. Just saying. In the meantime, though, we will get everything prepped for it and do all that kind of stuff. The stuff that we need to do. But yeah, that gives us the 54 again that we need. If I'm not mistaken, that's correct. But we're getting low on the tiny piles of uranium. Now, many people, many people, have recommended that I wash this uranium ore. You are completely correct. It is worth it. For sure. Hands down, worth it. But this is so easy to get in this pack. I don't know if I need to worry about it at this point in time. We may get into a scenario where we ore wash it. We might start doing that. Maybe in a more automated setup. Not one that's on right now, for example. But, yeah. It's one of those things. So, we'll keep all those. We're getting the more fuel rods and all that kind of stuff. We have the backlog and all of this set up accordingly. And overall, things are going decently well. We need to improve our tree farm. That's a thing that we need to do. Our steam boiler is getting up there. Let's give it a quick test and see where we're at. I believe it's still going to drain out the steam. It's really just going to take time. More than anything. Maybe once it reaches 100, it uses a little bit less. I don't know. We'll find out together. And that guy, again, a little bit faster. Really not all that much faster, though. But it is an additional source of EU. Now, also, if you were to convert this, this is 800 RF. So, if you did want to take these steam turbines and convert them into RF, that's a good way to go as well. But the steam dynamos are going to be better overall for that. Now, converting back from RF is a bit of a different story. So, when you convert from EU to RF, it's a 4 times increase. So, when you convert backwards, you need 4 times the RF to convert back for every 1 EU. So, if you can imagine that correctly, when it comes to throttling and all that kind of stuff between pipes and, you know, all this kind of stuff, we're not outputting power, are we? I bet you we're not. I bet you we're not. Can this not output power through the connectors? Through the immersive engineering ones? I'm not sure. I don't know if it can. It might not be able to. Maybe we're not even pulling out the power. Output. Why did the output drop? The output's dropping now. Does that mean we're getting power now? It's kind of hard for me to tell, isn't it? The output should be at 100% all the time. Why did that drop? Because we're not outputting. Anyways, that should be working. If I'm not mistaken, that should be doing the job. So, we're going to let this just build up, all that kind of stuff. It's starting to get closer to the needs that we're going to require. I think we can run 2 of those steam turbines per that 1 high-pressure boiler tank. So, that's a thing as well. Off the top of my head, I think that's about it for this episode. It's kind of a shorter one. Again, a little bit of an apology, but make sure you like, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. You guys rock pretty darn well. If you think about it, we could really mass produce that firewater. You get some farms up with some cinder pearls and the redstone farms, which we already have, and all of a sudden you are talking massive. I mean, you can use even wheat or potatoes. We could get a poison potato going for all the hooch. And think about it, all that firewater in all those steam boilers. I don't even know if that causes lag. I want to find out. Maybe we'll do that. You never know. We could be using steam to do everything for us. Anyways, that is going to be it for me. It is already quite late. I need to call it a evening. I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos, liking, commenting, all that fun stuff. You guys pretty much rock. I love it. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.